Okay, we're currently crossing right now. Look at this sunset. Is that not like gorgeous? Hey, hi, hello, my name's Emery. If you're new here, I work, live, and travel on board yachts for a living. If you're not new here, welcome back to the channel. As you can see from the title, we're getting lifted out of the water today to go into shipyard for like a month. 600,000 pounds. Technically like 609 and some change thousand pounds. I'll explain it in the video. Let's go. We just got back into Florida from our winter season in the Caribbean. With this time off, the yacht, which is both private and charter, got ran pretty hard and needs a little spruce up. Most yachts take the in-between or transition months to go into shipyard to get work done, which is exactly what we're doing today. We're going to be towed through the ICW to the shipyard where we will be put into huge harnesses and lifted out of the water to be rested on the hard to get repairs started. We left the dock to go up the river a bit to go and meet up with the tow company Steel Towing. We're going to hook up our bow to one towboat and a second towboat on our stern. The reason we do this is because to get to the shipyard that we're going to, there are some really tight turns that aren't too friendly to larger yachts. Mix that with the current and it's just easier and safer for us to get towed, and you'll see why. I've only had one other yacht that I worked on that was towed, but I worked on the interior and never got to see or be a part of this process, which was so interesting to watch how they hook up and maneuver the yacht through such tight corners. One of my favorite parts about coming through the ICW, which by the way, if you're watching and have no idea what ICW means, it stands for Intercoastal Waterways. But the best part about coming through here is house watching. There are really cool houses in here and some wildly unique ones, some for the best and some for the absolute worst. I do judge the houses depending on if I like them or not, even though I absolutely could never afford one of those. I definitely sat and hung out for a while, but once we started getting closer to the shipyard, the mate and I had some chores to do. Since we're going onto the hard for a month, we deflated our fenders because we didn't need them and want to keep the fender covers as clean as possible. The shipyard is dirty. After a little over an hour, we made it into the shipyard, so here comes the fun part. What was crazy is how tight this turn is to get into the slings, and you'll see that I have to grab a fender at one point to protect our bow from the pilings. It was so tight the mate had a big fender on the stern as well. I disconnected the towboat on the bow and we started our turn. Next, we're handing 2 bow lines to the guys on the dock so they can tie the yacht off in position until they're ready to lift it out of the water. It always amazes me how big not only the lift is, but how big the yacht is too. She is a hefty girl when she gets lifted out. Once we're all tied up, we grab our things and get off the yacht with this ladder. Like a cat.
Young cat.
With his LaCroix. There's a guy on the ground with like a big remote control driving this lift around, honestly like a crazy video game, but it's so impressive to watch them swing this thing around and to park it in its shed because look at that space on the side. Uber Eats lunch at the shipyard.
Trinity maybe? Or maybe, I don't know.
The first time I came into a shipyard on a yacht, I was baffled with how they prop these yachts up. We have stilts that sit on the side of the yacht to keep it from swaying, and then we're rested on top of stacked pieces of wood. I asked the captain if yachts ever fall in the shipyard, and I shouldn't have asked because he said more than you think. I was like, what the fuck? This is how we're gonna be getting on and off the boat for the next month with this super sturdy, rock solid looking ladder. There's quite a bit of work that needs to be done to the mothership, like as you can see, getting the hull cleaned. We're almost done with getting the boat into the shipyard. Like I said, the boat is going to get incredibly dirty, so I helped some of the guys put down some blue diamond to protect the teak, where us and the contractors will be walking through the most. After this shipyard period, we start our summer season, so thanks for watching and see you soon.